What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Nick with Leverage Media, and today I want to talk to you about having a waiting list in your practice for new patients and whether that's a good thing, a bad thing. Should you be proud of it? Should it drive you crazy? What are my thoughts on that? So I was thinking about it because last month, this is the beginning of May, and last month in April, we had our all-time best new patient month ever for chiropractic, which was awesome because we really haven't done anything externally for over a year now. So to be able to set a record with internal referrals and digital marketing has been obviously great. So our biggest problem right now is, especially with digital marketing, if you're going to be doing digital marketing, you have to have the capacity to be able to get people in quickly, or you're going to be, converting people in terms of the ads. But then if you can't get them in time, especially when it comes to Google, they're more likely to just go try to find somebody else. So our biggest issue has just been trying to get those people in, inside of 48, 72 hours of when they call. And I hear a lot of chiropractors when I talk to them. They'll talk about that they have a waiting list practice, but they'll talk about it in like a prideful sense, in that they're proud of it. And I am of the belief that you should never have a waiting list practice, that you should always have the capacity to be able to get new patients through the door. Now, maybe in the short term, you have a big influx, maybe you're looking for somebody, you can't find an associate, and it's, or maybe you're like your front desk, you're down a person there. And so maybe for, a couple of weeks, at most like a couple of months, maybe you've got a little bit of a backlog and, internal referrals are taking a little bit of time to get in. But long term, I just don't think that a successful business should be having a waiting list for new people to make it into, whether it's a practice or a restaurant or whatever it might be. Now, I guess in a restaurant, I feel like there's maybe some status that comes along with that. In healthcare, I think that people should be able to come in, get care as soon as they're in need, and that you as a business owner need to make sure that you have the staffing in place, the systems in place, to be able to get those people through the door. So if you're 2 weeks out, like we had a client that started recently, that normally we start them with lead generation, then we add on content, shortly after, but usually when they launch, their lead generation starts right away. And he had to wait on the lead generation because he already had a 2-week waiting list for new patients. And so he was in the process of hiring an associate. So we're, getting it started back up, or getting it started up now that she's in place, or I think she'll be in place here in a couple of weeks. But, it's definitely something that you want to try to work to resolve right away, because there's a lot of people that when they even just hear that it's going to be 2 weeks, they're moving on to something else. So if you're out there and you are, if you're a referral-based practice, people will probably wait, and you can, make the decision on whether you want to have that waiting list in place. But when you're doing external marketing, when you're doing digital marketing, if you're going to put all that energy and that effort and that, your team's time and energy and effort, you want to be sure that you are able to convert those leads into new patients, and then hopefully convert those into paying patients, existing patients, care plans, whatever it is that you do. So be sure that if you are, I always hear the rule of 72, make sure that you can get in a new patient inside of 72 hours, make sure that they can get in for day 2, 72 hours after day 1. And so if you are making patients wait longer than 72 hours and you are spending money on digital marketing, there's a really good chance that you're missing out on a lot of those people that would come into the office otherwise if you were able to shrink that wait time down. So if you're chronically, running a 1 week, 2 week long waiting list, it may be time to think about hiring somebody. So hopefully that helps. It was on my mind, and I would imagine that some people are struggling with that now as the economy starts to really open back up. It seems like every office that I talk to is getting busier and busier. So I think this is going to be a boom time for chiropractic. So we got to make sure that we are staffed appropriately to serve the masses. So hopefully that helps, and we'll see you on the next one.